Hello, viewers, and welcome to today's episode of Disappointed Dragon. We have another construction toy today. Something that's somewhat familiar. We have some laser pegs. This time it's the Explorers Inc. Last time, if you recall, it was this sort of moon adventure set with the astronaut. Now the cool thing about these is that this was the batteries are getting a bit low, but if I can get it to flip on, these are the ones that light up. I'm just going to turn off my light here so you can see. On this one, the astronaut's helmet lights up, and it came with a moon rover vehicle, which also lights up as it drives around on the moon. Actually, correction, as it drives around on Mars, because this was the Mars mission. This one, however, looks to be a completely different type of set. For this one, we have some kind of... what would you call that? A steampunk robot with a top hat. Looks like he's got some kind of mechanical waistcoat, and then a light-up boat and a cannon. So the last one, this one, I got from a warehouse store where they're selling, like, warehouse stock that's been sold cheaply in bulk, or stuff from stores that's been overstocked and all that kind of thing. This one I got from my regular dollar store, which I was very surprised to see there, because normally the dollar store has similar items. To be fair, they sometimes have like Mega Block overstock and a lot of their own brand of construction toy, the Mon Toy stuff. But this was something I wasn't expecting to see, and it was the only one there as well. This was the only laser pegs I had there. Also, I think it was like $4, which I think is a great price, because if this works as well as this one does, it lights up really great and it's a lot of fun. However, I have no idea if it does light up, because... Oh yeah, there you go. I was going to say the Try Me doesn't work, but I just had to push much harder, and it does in fact work. So that's fantastic. Something else I noticed is that this guy here, it's showing how posable he is, he has elbow joints. These ones from the old one, they definitely do not have elbow joints. So maybe it's actually a different brand. I'd have to look back at the old video, which I haven't actually checked, but I'll have editing me check. Are they both laser pegs, or is it just two systems using the similar technology? I'll pause here for a moment for Past Me to do so. Thank you, Past Me. Whatever you said, I'm going to assume is correct. But let's get into this. It doesn't look like it's going to be very difficult or complicated, so we'll see. I do like how it's sort of a piratey type ship with the weird steampunk appearance. That's kind of cool, and I think that the figure itself is really neat, so I'm kind of excited for that. Let's pull out, see what we got. We'll take a look at the bits themselves, and then we'll kind of go from there, decide if I want to do the speed up or just do it as we go. So here I've got the instruction booklet. Nothing super crazy about it. Regular instructions, stuff on the back. Never Wrong Toys and Games. What a great name. I like that. So I guess Laser Pegs is like their line, and Never Wrong is the overarching company. Hard to say. Alright, we've got several bags here. Let's open them up. Pour out the bits, and I'll give you my opinion of the bits quality. Now, if it is the same as the last time, it was very nice quality. It felt pretty good. Feels pretty much the same. Feels good. It's got that kind of weird plastic color that the knockoff construction toys have. You can tell it's not Lego, but it doesn't feel cheap. So that's always a plus. This one doesn't have holes in it, so it's harder to rip open. Little bits. I always have to double check the bags, because there's been a couple of times when I'm doing construction sets where I don't dump it out properly, and there's that one little piece, case in point, in here. So apologies, everyone. My camera cut out for some reason there, because my camera decided it wanted to do an update right that second. So we're back again. You didn't miss much aside from me opening the last bag and starting to pour it out. And I did notice a major flaw in this that I have to say makes the name of this company, Never Wrong Toys, completely inaccurate. And I'll show you in just a second what that is once we empty this bag out. So let me show you the figure here, and let me see if you can see a problem. These are not the same. This isn't even close to the same person. And what's really weird about this is actually his back and the back of his head. So this is the figure here. He does come with the correct accessory, which is the top hat, which is great, I guess, and makes this face look absolutely terrifying. They actually even... Sorry, before I flip around... They've given him the lines under his eyes, and he looks genuinely unhinged. Like he's gonna try to murder you in your sleep. That is terrifying. And it does make me kind of still like the figure, even though it's not what was promised on the box. But the right way around is actually this way, where he still has the unhinged look on his face, but now he's wearing his goggles. And clearly this is supposed to be the back of the torso here, but his knees bend this way, and his arms bend the other way. One arm bends one way, and one arm bends the other way. They gave us two of the same arm. Oh, that's fantastic. I don't even know what to say about this. So I can fix the leg problem by just flipping his legs around, but I can't do anything about that one arm because they're not they don't have a thigh, or not a thigh. They don't have an arm cut or anything, so I can't swivel it around. So he will always have one arm that's backwards, and that's probably why he's so unhinged. Oh, okay, so I can see why this was at the dollar store now. This is clearly probably some error stock or something, and they realized that there was errors in them, so they sent them out. There was actually a second problem as well, as this this chain piece here. You can see it's already snapped off. I had stuck it on to peg it onto something to test it after the video cut out, and when I tried to pull it apart, it immediately snapped. So that's very unfortunate. I am still not certain. I mean, you guys will know before I do, because in the way that time works in videos, I will have put in if this is the same company that did this rover set, but I'm starting to have my doubts because this light block is actually a completely different plastic than the one from the other one, and the on and off switch is very smooth, where on the other one it was a really heavy click. So I'm starting to think that it might just be another company making them. That and the design of the figures. I just can't get over the fact that he has two of the same arm. He is already assembled incorrectly, and that face... I love how unhinged he is. He makes me think of Sir Topham Hatt from Thomas the Tank Engine, but he's lost a bunch of weight and he's just gone completely mad. So, that's wonderful. Also, I don't think I'm gonna wait and make you guys watch a sped up version of this. I'm just gonna put it together. I don't think there's actually that many parts, because it doesn't look like a lot of parts. So I think I should just be able to do this on my own, no problem, so... We'll see. And we'll see if there's anything else that's not correct in here either. But let's actually zoom out so you guys can see everything as it happens. I mean, like I say, the pieces otherwise don't feel that bad. I mean, the chain has some very thin parts on it, so maybe that's just a one-off with the... I just sent a piece flying onto the ground. I hope that wasn't an important piece. I don't really want to go looking for it. I hope that's a one-off in the quality control, and that... this isn't indicative of all of it, but at the same time, it's really hard to say because his arm's on backwards. Have I explained that yet? I think I might have belabored that point a little bit. That does sound like something I would do. Something I might... Did I put this together wrong somehow? I did. I've already messed it up. I've already messed it up, boys and girls. I'm real good at that. Ah, for the love of Pete. I know that... Oh, this is frustrating. I do this every time, too. How do you get that out? Where's my sprudger? I've left this beside where I film, not because of laziness, although it actually is because of laziness, but I did find it's very useful for when I'm putting together construction toys when I inevitably put it together wrong, and I want to try to pry it apart. Although this stuff is really hard to separate. I'm wrecking the the separator bit. This is supposed to make it easy to pull these bits out, but it just doesn't want to come. This is the part where you hear me like try to pull the pieces apart, and then I punch myself in the face and hear all of the censored words as I'm screaming obscenities at my not my television. So I'm screaming obscenities at my video camera. I don't know if I can get this apart. I think these pieces might just be bonded for life. Well, so I can make a judgment call on to whether or not they stick well together, because the answer is they don't come apart. If I... Oh, and of course I've put them together in such a way that I can't... Oh. I'll be back if I can separate this. One moment. Okay, I'm back. I was able to separate it. However, I did have to use a knife to go underneath it before I could pop it off. Man, these things actually attach so tightly. In fact, when I undid this piece here, it flew all the way to my roof and then landed on the desk beside me because it took so much force to get it off. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever had a construction toy that's stuck together so firmly. Like, I've had difficulty getting them apart in the past, where I've had to use my teeth to, like, pry it apart, but never has it been quite that bad before. That was insane. So I guess that's a plus in its direction. A positive. Knowing that the pieces at least stick well together, because I suppose having them stick together well is better than having them not stick together at all. As was the case with... some of the older Mega Bloks stuff. I think I've told the story before, but I had a giant aircraft carrier set when I was much younger that was made by Mega Bloks, and it did not go together. And because of how the instructions were laid out, there was a part where you had to put two large bits together, and every time I tried, the entire thing would shatter, and I would give up and throw it in the bin and try again. I do think at some point in time I did actually finish putting the whole thing together. I think it just took me a really, really long time to do, if I recall correctly, which is only somewhat possible. My memory is often quite vague. Alrighty. Not that any of my friends would ever say that I have memory problems or concur with that statement. I get their names right every time. Every time. I'm certain there isn't video evidence of me getting their names wrong in videos on this channel. No. Not possible. Not possible at all. Oh dear. Did I? No, I did it right. Okay. All right. Let's not mess this up too many times. There's only so much beating my intelligence can take. Oh, come on. These are a pain to put together. Oh, so look at that. If you can see that, but there's a weird, like, little bite taken out of that piece. The molding was done incorrectly. Aw, man, that piece that flew away, that's what it was, wasn't it? It was that last bit. I don't want to go looking for that last bit. Do we really need it? Can I just pretend that we don't? Can we build this without that piece? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out, and maybe I'll have to go looking for it, but I just don't want to. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I need to. I'm pretty sure that it's not important. Oh, man, it's important. No, it's not. It's not important. Clearly unimportant. Okay, let's see. Clearly. Unnecessary. Some would say unneeded. Superfluous. Without necessity. Have I stalled for enough time yet? Probably not. Oh my, look at that. You can see all the sprue around that piece on the sides. Yeah, so this is definitely probably stuff that didn't quite pass quality control. And that's why it's been sold to the dollar store as, like, extra stock. Which is unfortunate. But if it hadn't, we wouldn't be able to buy it. And if we weren't able to buy it... Okay, so those pieces don't actually work with that there. Okay, unless I tilt it back, maybe? Let's see. We might need that piece. I don't want to go find it. I don't know that I care enough, if I'm brutally honest with you guys. Nah, I don't need it. It's a superfluous piece. I'm going to keep telling myself that, and eventually I'll believe it. And then one day, weeks/months from now, as I'm walking around this room, I will step on that small piece of Flego, fake Lego, and scream in horrible pain and realize that I've done this to myself with my hubris. Also, this paddle is round, and in the instructions, it's square. That doesn't really matter, but at the same time, how dare they? Yeah, it literally doesn't matter. That's the smallest complaint of all time. All right. So I guess those are the motors. You know what? Because I'm missing that piece, we're going to make it symmetrical and take that piece off the other side as well. There. It's as if we didn't lose a piece because of carelessness. We, in fact, did lose a piece because of carelessness. That's fine. All right. On to the light up part. Hooray! 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 Oh, is there more than one of these? Ah, yes, there is. There's two. And then a clear piece goes up here. And another clear piece goes here. So I'm guessing this is supposed to be like, I guess, the ion engine for the steampunk future boat powered by plutonium or iridium or something. I don't know. Some kind of I'm just going to assume that it's supposed to be that piece. I don't know. Oh, I put it together wrong again. Well done. Always putting these things together wrong. I'm very good at that. Some could say excellent. I don't know. I haven't really had the chance to put together a lot of Lego/fake Lego in a while. I mean, I had a whole bunch of it after Christmas. I've put it together wrong, if you hadn't noticed. I need to stop drawing attention to that and just keep on going as if I hadn't done that, but, you know, where's the fun in that? Since at Christmas time I had quite a bit, but I haven't had nearly as much lately, and I've been thinking about going out to get some more, but we'll see. At this point in time, I do have another very interesting fake Lego set, which I think will be very fun to see, but I'm waiting to get another item to go with it, because it is actually a knockoff of an existing physical toy, which I think is really interesting. I want to see if I can get a copy of the actual original toy for comparison, just to show that they've turned it into a construction toy, which I think is really neat. So if I can get that, look forward to that video. I think it's going to be super fun. But remains to be seen if I can find it. If I can't, I'll do the video anyways, and I'll just show off pictures of what the original looked like. Okay, that doesn't really go together very well. There we go. Okay, all right. Doesn't look too bad. Look too bad at all. All right. Next part. And just an update on the quality of the fake Lego itself, the construction bits. They go together quite well. They feel good. Aside from that one break, I haven't felt any worrying stress issues. Now, it would be a lot nicer if that other chain hadn't broken, because now I can't really use it for anything. So I don't see the point in having that chain just hang off like that, so... Actually, can I get it to go around that bit? Would it go around that piece? No, it won't. No, oh well. We tried. We didn't try very hard, but we tried. Although there was a couple of those molding issues and things I showed off as well. So, like, I do think that this stuff is made of fairly decent plastic, but it seems like it hasn't been quality tested very well. Apparently, this is a shooting cannon, so let's see if that's accurate. I mean, it did fire, sort of. Push to fire cannon. Push till you hear a click. Okay? Yeah, I mean, I guess it fires. It doesn't fire as well as some of the other ones that we've gotten, but it does fire. So, you know what? I'll give it that. It does. It does shoot. So, action feature works, I guess, not necessarily well, but it does fire. Come on. Come on. Oh, for the love of all that's good in the world. There we go. Click together, please. Come on. Come on. All right. Well, it didn't come with any extra pieces, which I actually rather appreciate, if I'm honest. I don't really like extra bits, because you get all this extra stuff that can't be used for anything. Although I guess you could think of it as a bonus if you're not weird like me. Ooh. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. There we go. Okay. I said it didn't come with any extra bits, and now I've got an extra bit. Where did that come from? Did I miss a part I was supposed to put on somewhere? You know, quite probably. I've got one extra bit here, which I'm just going to stick there. And this isn't actually an extra bit. This is that piece that was supposed to go where the other one was lost. And we're just going to put it somewhere else because I can't be bothered to do it correctly. Because that would require me scouring the floor of my room here to find the other piece. And I just don't want to do that. Okay, well, that doesn't work. So I guess we're not putting it there. Where are we going to put it then? Right there on the bottom, so it doesn't sit nicely. Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. All right, let's turn on the light and see what it looks like. Okay. It's fairly bright. It shines the light forward. Because of how it's constructed, the little bulb there is right at the end. So it's not lighting up the back end of the block at all. So there's no light coming out of the back. It's almost like the vehicle has a searchlight on the front that it's using to, like, seek and destroy, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that. I do think that it makes for a pretty cool little set, actually. And the light is very, very bright. I think this one also has a light in the front, but because of how it's constructed, the light travels through the other clear pieces and gives it kind of a glowing effect, which I do think looks a bit better. Same with the astronaut herself kind of lights up the whole head area, which looks actually a lot better on camera than it does to my eye, because on camera her whole head is like engulfed in what looks like horrible flames. But it still looks good, and I think it's still fairly entertaining. It's also a much more, it doesn't look it on camera, but to my eye this is very like white light, and this one is very, very blue. On camera they both look quite blue, but this one is actually white when you look at it through without the filter of the camera. To be fair though, I can't really tell if there's much of a difference in quality between the two, aside from the fact that this one came with, you know, the wrong stuff. The pieces in general feel pretty good. I wouldn't feel bad about getting this, and I do have to say I do prefer being able to switch the thing off and on really easily, and it doesn't destroy your fingernails like these ones tend to. I'm still pretty happy with that. I mean, I wouldn't be if I had paid a very large price for this. Because I got it at the dollar store for $4, I think it's still pretty good. I got another light up piece here that works really well. I've got some pretty neat bits here that can be used for other things. The boat itself is great. If we had gotten the correct man, I would have said this was a complete win. However, I do kind of have to take away bits for his arms bending in two different directions. Unless that's intentional, so that he has, like, one arm is in control of his goggled half and one is in control of his psychotic murderer half. But I'm not 100% sure. Although I want to, like, be really cruel to this because of the mistakes they made, but at the same time, I gotta say, just the fact that he looks so horrifyingly unhinged, it just kind of makes this toy for me. There's just something about that with the top hat, that and that horrifying smile. It's like you wake up with that face looking down at you and you know that it's not going to be a good day. That'll do it for this video though, guys. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.